Alright, welcome back everybody. We are getting started here in round 3. Um, this is a modern competitive league. We're currently 1-1, having lost a Eldrazi Tron in the first round and beating Infect in the second. Let's take a look at our hand here. I'm inclined to keep that even though we don't have any turn 1 interaction, we've got Thought Scour into turn 2 Tasigur, which could be a good clock against combo decks. And we got Terminate as removal as well as Electrolyze. So I think this is a keep, even though it might be a little slow, especially against Burn. You know, we could really get punished for a keep like this. But let's see what our opponent is working with. So, Raging Ravine. That implies, to me, Jund. I'm not sure there's any other decks out there that play Raging Ravine, and in that case, I'm going to go ahead and play the Polluted Delta here with the intention of cracking it to get a Watery Grave, Thought Scour, hopefully for a turn 2 Tasigur. But that's not necessarily what we're going to do. We'll see what we end up drawing, because if they play like a Dark Confidant, we don't have time to... Yeah, so we're going to have to terminate that right away, even though we would like to electrolyze it. So this is where being on the play and on the draw is alright, cool. So we got Delver, we got Thought Scour down. Alright. Here we can't let them get too much card advantage. As much as we would like to save this for like a Tarmogoyf, we've still got Snapcaster Mage to deal with any recursive threats. Now like something like a Scavenging Ooze could be really unfortunate here. It looks like our opponent is stuck on lands though. Which makes me want to just, even though we jam Tasigur here, if they do have Terminate, that could be really unfortunate for us. If they do have Terminate, what are we scared of? Like Liliana? So 1, 2, 3, we've got 5 cards in the graveyard. Ideally, we don't want to exile Terminate from the graveyard. And maybe you want to get value on like turn 5 with Tasigur, or maybe wait for Spell Snare. I'm not 100% sure what the right play is. I think getting Tasigur out there is going to be pretty helpful to closing out this game as fast as we can. Take advantage of our opponent's mana situation, because they could be sitting on like Fatal Push, they could be sitting on Abrupt Decay. Looks like they have the Terminate, unfortunately. We could have played around it. Now they got Blackleaf Cliffs. They might see Liliana here. Yep. Unfortunately, we're just gonna have to say yes here. Sure, let's discard this Steam Vent because we're pretty good on red sources. Let me go ahead and discard Abrupt Decay. Sure. Delver of Secrets. We'll go ahead and play it. Because if they tick down, we can finish it off with Electrolyze, and that'll be not exactly quote-unquote clean, but Thoughtseize. We're going to go ahead and shoot this Electrolyze at face right now and redirect to Liliana. Well, thing is, they're probably taking Snapcaster here. So we don't have to do that right now. So we can go ahead and say, okay. My guess is they take Snapcaster because that card is much better in the long run. Yep. This is something we could expect. They could Lightning Bolt here. Sure. And they go ahead and probably tick up Liliana. This is where we want to Electrolyze. Oh wow, they don't even tick up Liliana. We still want to go ahead and Electrolyze. Yes, we want to redirect. So this is interesting. I think Serum Visions is the right play here. We see 2 lands on top. We don't want either of those lands, even though it lets us snap Electrolyze. I think we just go ahead and pass here. And we'll see what our opponent does. We would really have liked to finish off this Liliana. Interesting enough, they didn't discard, so I imagine maybe they have like a Huntmaster. Oh, yeah, Kalitas, sure. Interesting. Well, that thing is definitely getting terminated, 100%. No doubt. We'll go ahead and Thought Scour ourselves here. What did we hit? We hit Fatal Push, Polluted Delta, sure. And here we can actually just do this at end of turn, the Snapcaster into Terminate in case we need to mana leak something. Because there's no reason to do this right now. At this point in the game, I am okay discarding Thought Scour. Sure. Take 3. Alright. Now this is where we jam out Snapcaster Mage. We'll go ahead and target Terminate. And take out this troublesome creature. They could have Kolaghan's Command here. Sure, Lightning Bolt. I see, so they still get value. Not much we could have done there. Let's go ahead and Serum Visions, try to set up for this Delver flip, and fantastically we actually got Lightning Bolt. So we'll put the land on the bottom, we'll keep the Fatal Push on top, end up dealing with the Raging Ravine. Let's play that. We'll go ahead and bolt upstairs, get rid of this Liliana. Yes. And now we kind of just have to dodge one turn here. That's fine. They'll crack in with Raging Ravine. We'll go down to 8. And next turn we can Fatal Push it. Sure. So we're not necessarily in the best of position here because this zombie is actually pretty annoying. With that said, we are not, we are 100% the aggressors here. And we can find a way to deal with this zombie eventually. But right now, we have to start attacking. We have to get a clock going. They're sitting at a pretty healthy 15. Abrupt Decay could be a really tough draw here. Ooh, 4 mana. Sure. This will just force us to Fatal Push the Raging Ravine. We'll take 2 here, go down to 6. And what's nice about that is Mana Leak is more alive now because they have 1 less land. We'll keep this mountain swamp in hand just in case they do something like Liliana. We need to discard something. We're almost assuredly mana leaking anything that's not an Abrupt Decay at this point. We don't necessarily win this race whatsoever. Collective Brutality. So what did they discard? They discard Overgrown Tomb. Yeah, we'll protect our Delver here. We'll go ahead and take 2 from this zombie. Sure. And now we're just at the mercy of the top of our deck. Collective Brutality would be a really nice draw here. Turn this swamp into... not that. And I think we're just going to go ahead and attack here. Yeah, we could trade off with a zombie, but that doesn't really put us in a good position at all. We'll go ahead and play out the swamp. Kolaghan's Command would be a great draw here. Sure. Fortunately, it's just a land. This puts us at a 1-turn clock here. So let's see if we can draw something good, or else we'll have to hold back our Insectile Aberration. So it looks like we have to hold it back and just pass here and hope they don't draw removal. Yep, now we're going to be forced to trade here. And now we're at the mercy of Jun's top decks here. Raging Ravine. Oh boy, that puts us on exactly a 1-turn clock. We'll go ahead and get a blocker out here. Yep, Raging Ravine is active. We'll go ahead and chump, because that's all we can really do at this point. So now a lot of our draws are pretty dead. Thankfully, they just drew a swamp. Lightning Bolt, a little too late. We'll go ahead and pass. They might not fire up Raging Ravine for whatever reason. But they do. Lightning Bolt was just 1 turn too late. And we'll go ahead and concede this game. For the Jund matchup, we have a lot of tools to bring in. I really like, of course, Ancestral Vision, and I actually really like the idea of taking out Delver of Secrets. Let's blank a lot of their removal, especially something like Abrupt Decay. Engineer Explosives is fantastic. We could even bring in Fulminator Mage to punish their, like 3-color mana base. Collective Brutality can come out. It's not at its best here. Spell Pierce can also come out, not at its best. Arguably, you could bring in Counter Squall, because sure, they have a lot of non-creature spells. Not a big fan of it, though. Spell Snare is fantastic. They have a lot of 2-drops that we need to answer. And this isn't junk, so is it Staticaster? Well, it can hit, Dark Confidant. It's not at its best here either. So from here, Counter Squall seems like it could be the best late-game hard counter. But Collective Brutality could also... I might just bring that back in as a way to clear the way for like a Terminate for Tassiger or something like that. And it's just another spell. It really depends how controlling they're going to get post-board. And this is just also an answer to Dark Confidant, so I'm okay keeping it in. So yeah, let's see if Ancestral Vision can get us there. We would like to be on the play. We have an Ancestral Vision hand. We don't have red mana yet, but we do have a turn 2 mana leak. Alright, we'll get Ancestral Vision going out there. We would have loved for this to be like a fetch, because then this hand would be fantastic. But Raging Ravine is actually pretty nice to see. Means we're not getting our mana leak taken away right now. Snapcaster, not a bad draw. Not a great draw either. We'll really see what kind of role our opponent takes in this game. Looks like they're not playing anything. That is kind of the game we want to play. We are not going to use Collective Brutality at the moment. We're going to keep Mana Leak up. There's nothing we need to really clear the way of just yet. We kind of just need lands at this point. Ancestral Vision is coming down in 2 turns. Alright, let's see what this is. Fulminator Mage. Actually, we don't have any... that's fine, actually. We don't have any... non-basic lands at the moment. It's just a 2/2. And unfortunately, we're just gonna have to pass the turn here. As much as I would love to Serum Visions, I think we need to just wait for our Ancestral to come off, play some lands. We're not being pressured. It's just a 2/2. Get smacked for 2 here. And here, this is what we want to do. Draw our 3 cards. Get some lands, hopefully. Interesting. So we could get a basic mountain, lightning bolt it, and then keep up mana leak. And I'm kind of a fan of that. We don't want to discard too much right now. Go ahead and lightning bolt it. And I think here we'll discard Collective Brutality. Oh, well, we'll see what they do here. Oh, okay. Kolaghan's Command? We will likely mana leak whatever this is, but I imagine it's Kolaghan's Command. We're not too worried about like a Lily. Yeah. Right, that's discard mode. Oh, deal 2 damage. I think we still want to mana leak that. We're not too scared of a Liliana. We'll discard Collective Brutality. Not at its best right now. If they're just firing up Raging Ravine, we are totally okay with that. Yeah, that puts us to 13. And if they have a Bolt Heavy hand, it could be unfortunate, but we've got Fatal Push to deal with that next turn. And here we have another, I'm actually going to keep up Snap Mana Leak. One, two, three, four. Yeah, well, that's fine. They'll probably take one of the Snapcasters. And we still got Snap into Fatal Push if they take Fatal Push, or we just have Fatal Push to deal with Raging Ravine. So the hand disruption is a little late to the party, I would say. And wow, they've taken Seshal, so they're going for the really long game here, which is totally understandable. Here we'll get a Steam Vents. No. And here we'll go ahead and get another basic island of Serum Visions. Gurmag Angler is great, as is Tasigur. There's an argument for just pushing out Gurmag Angler right now. I'd like to do it with Fatal Push backup eventually. Fulminator Mage. So that'll cut us off this land here. Go Snap Leak. It doesn't really get us anywhere. That's fine with me. Let's go ahead and add mana here. Say okay. They'll pass phases. Sure. That's fine. We're not, Snap doing anything really. And that Snap Mana Leak is not a good play whatsoever. So I kind of just like, I mean, I wish we had another black mana. And I don't want to get hit by this Ravine again. So as much as I want to get Gurmag Angler right now, I think we're just going to have to wait. I could have gone Snap Serum Visions just to get something going. Now there's another Raging Ravine, which is pretty annoying. Maybe they're going to fire up this ravine now. Doesn't look like they want to. Alright, we get a land. So this is where we're going to go ahead and do it. We'll pick out a water grave, shock it in. There's an argument for Blood Crypt there in case we need to terminate plus Bolt there, but I like the blue sources right now. And Tasker is going to be nicer in the long run, so we're going to go ahead and I'm going to jam out the Gurmag Angler first, as it will likely eat a Terminate. Yep, I wish we had a Spell Center for that right now, but we don't, and that's fine. Kind of expected that to happen. Next turn we can get Tasker out. We just play another land here. Ooh, Hunt Master. It's actually pretty annoying. We'll go ahead and say yes to that. And we will happily Lightning Bolt it. Let's see here. I think we'll go ahead and Serum Visions, fill up the yard a bit, draw some cards. We'll go ahead and put those two on the bottom. And now we'll get out our 2, 3, 4, 5 Tassiger. So basically this wolf does nothing. Now unless they're sitting on another Terminate, which is entirely possible. But it doesn't look like it. They could just be sitting on a Liliana too. Tarmogoyf. We're okay with that. Tarmogoyf doesn't do anything here. Alright, Raging Ravine is up. So here we're actually going to opt to use Terminate. And we can save our Fatal Push. The more efficient removal spell for a later turn. Let's get another black source here. Another Tassiger is great, actually. We're running low on life, and arguably we can attack here even, because we can go path, snap, push, snap, push. Yeah, we can go ahead and do that right now. I don't know if I want to take 2 damage from the wolf, though, so let's wait a turn. We'll see what our opponent decides to do here. We'll say, okay, we'll block here. Say okay. Before damage, we'll definitely Fatal Push right here. We don't want to take 4. Our guess is they have Lightning Bolt in hand. And here we'll squeeze out some value off our Tassiger. Let's see what we milled here. We got Fatal Push, Fatal Push, Fatal Push, Terminate, Lightning Bolt, Serum Visions. Yeah, we got a lot of good stuff in our graveyard here. We'll get Serum Visions back. That's card advantage for us here. And they have no follow-up. We'll have another Tassiger to roll out here with Snap, Fatal Push backup. I don't think we want either of these cards. As long as the game might go, I think we just want to get this other Tassiger out. 2, 3, 4. And we'll keep Gurmag Angler in there just because we might be able to Kolaghan's Command it back. Yeah, so we'll take out terminate. And we got another Tassiger out, with sitting pretty with 2 Snapcasters to deal with the Raging Ravine. They've got another land here. So it looks to me like we're going to win this bit of a grind fest. We'll go ahead and fill our yard a bit. See what we hit. We got Thought Scour. Once again, that's fine. It's card advantage. We'll go ahead and attack now. Let's get a clock going. And we'll pass. We're basically taking on a form of Grixis control right now, with just a few less lands, less cryptic commands. Cryptic command would, of course, be great here. Kalitas. Sure, so that was an argument actually to keep in Terminate in our graveyard. The way it is right now, we'll go ahead and get some more value. We got Snap, Bolt, Push, Gurmag. So this is a great graveyard right now. If they give us Bolt, we can do a nice turn of Bolt Kolaghan's Command. Get back Snapcaster Mage, but that leaves us without Fatal Push up for the Raging Ravine. We could also do Bolt Snap Bolt, and then we'd have to kind of draw a land to be able to pull off the Snap Fatal Push. Yeah, so we're kind of punished here for not keeping in. Oh, but this is actually pretty interesting. We're definitely okay with this. We actually drew Bolt, and we can keep up Fatal Push. So let's make sure we don't just lose this game for something silly. We could go Bolt, K-Command, Get Back, Snapcast, or Gurmag Angler. Or we could go Bolt, Snap, Bolt, which is 4 mana, and then we keep up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep up 2 mana. I definitely don't like keeping this Kalitas around, and I also don't like getting a creature on the board to let them get a zombie in case they are sitting on a Bolt. So I'm okay with this. In fact, we don't need the Snapcaster that's in the graveyard. So we can actually just make them discard and force out whatever they have right now. Here we can go red mana, K-Command, try to play discards a card, deal 2 damage. So let's make him discard, let's deal 2 damage here. Yep, they were sitting on the Bolt. It's kind of what we expected. Thing is, if we attack here and they draw, say, Thoughtseize, and they take the Fatal Push, we have to, well, we can still flash in Snapcaster Mage. And we do want to close out this game as soon as possible. So I don't think we should be too worried about, like, Thoughtseize. Scavenging Ooze is fine. It can actually eat up the graveyard a lot. What do they took out our Snapcaster? Sure. Yeah, they're going to eat up a bit of our graveyard here. Gain some life. And here we can just go Fatal Push. They didn't use up much else there. So now we have 2 Snapcasters. Fatal Push in the yard. We're in a pretty decent position. There's not much good stuff they can draw. I mean, they got a lot of life gain going. we'll go ahead and try to get some value here. They'll probably give us Thought Scour back. Or Spell Snare. Spell Snare is fine, actually. Oh, that's an odd one to give us back. Sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to have to speed up here. Clocks are running a bit low. Let's go ahead and attack here. Sure, if they want to chump, that's totally fine. Yep, sure. Yeah, that's fine. That's one less bolt going to the face. We can jam out another Tasker here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. And now we've got the win next turn. We've got 2 Snapcaster Mages. Yeah, Lily's fine. Lily doesn't do anything here. In fact, yeah. Go ahead. Get Snapcaster Mage. Go ahead, target Kolaghan's command. Say, okay. Sacrifice Snapcaster Mage. Yes. Okay. Oh, okay. Whoops. Did not mean to reveal hand there. Sure. Begin sideboarding. Alright. On the draw, I'm not sure we want to keep the Mana Leak. In fact, Fulminator might be the way we want to go. It's a shame we didn't see Young Pyromancer that game. I could cut a Collective Brutality here because, once again, it's very pretty lackluster. Let's try to play their game here. Let's cut Electrolyze and put in 2 Fulminators, just to try to maybe punish their Raging Ravine hands, because Raging Ravine was a bit of an issue in those games. I would have definitely liked to not see it. So here we've got Ancestral, we've got Bolt, we've got Spellstorm, we've got Fatal Push, Thought Scour. This is a great hand. We're going to go ahead and keep. Hopefully we don't get this stolen by a Thoughtseize. Even if we do, it's not the end of the world. Great. Go ahead and get Steam Vents here. Sure. Opponent is fetching in response to our fetch. Yes. Actually, there's an argument for Watery Grave. I'm not 100% sure. But I think we'll get Steam Vents here. And we will shock. Get Ancestral going. Hopefully we're not punished too bad by like a Fulminator Mage. Scavenging Ooze is fine. We can actually just go ahead and Lightning Bolt that and keep up Spell Snare. Thought Scour is actually interesting. I don't think they... I mean, Tasker is interesting. We could just jam a Tasker here. Yeah, I kind of like that. Let's go ahead and fetch out Watery Grave first. Just in case we mill it. And then we can go ahead jam out Tasker here. In the face of Liliana, it's going to feel pretty bad, but if they don't have Liliana, and it looks like they probably do, we still got Ancestral coming off in a few turns here. This could even just be like a Terminate or something. And then we can answer their Scavenging Ooze with a Lightning Bolt, keep up Snare, keep up Fatal Push. Wow, no double black. Interesting. So, are they going for the Fulminator plan here? Kitchen Finks. Wow, okay. That's pretty interesting. It's a pretty annoying creature, for sure. Especially because we don't have something like Pillar of Flame. I think we want to attack here. If they double block, we'll go ahead and Fatal Push the Scavengers or Bolt the Scavengers. Yeah, that's... I like to keep Lightning Bolt just because it can go to the face and or Liliana. Yeah, we'll go ahead and Fatal Push these Scavengers and say okay. Yeah, to get their Kitchen Finks back, but you know, not that much value. And so we really would like to see some lands soon. And yeah, we've got the Spell Snare ready for Tarmogoyf. Take 2 here. Now I am a little bit scared of a Liliana coming down soon. Great, we actually hit a land. That's fantastic. Here we're going to just go ahead and attack. I think we definitely win this race. You know, let's go ahead and fetch, get an island. We'll go ahead and Serum Visions here. Try to set up. Kolaghan's Command is great. I don't know if we need a 3rd Ancestral Vision, so we'll put that on the bottom, but Kolaghan's Command is a great card. We'll go ahead and suspend another Ancestral Vision because I definitely think we win the long game here, especially with Ancestral Vision coming off next turn. There's Raging Ravine. Liliana could definitely be annoying here. Kalitas is also annoying, but not too annoying. Looks like they keep Kitchen Finks back. We'll go ahead and draw a bunch of cards here and feel pretty good about that. Young Pyromancer is very interesting. I don't think it's what we want to be doing right now, but it's we would have liked to hit a land there for sure. I'm not sure what the right play here is actually, because this Kalitas could prove to be pretty troublesome. Our hope is that they double block here. My guess is that they won't. Yep. So we could go Young Pyromancer, Bolt, if they play, and then we can chump block the Kalitas if they decide to attack. Oh, we actually can't do that because we don't have double red up. So here we can actually just pass. As weird as that may seem, we are going to be insulated if they activate Raging Ravine. And they might even just be scared to attack here. Sure. So here we have an option. What I like to do here is go Snapcaster Mage. We'll target Fatal Push. Say okay. We would like to go to blocks, ideally. Block the Kitchen Finks. And that way, yes, they get a zombie, but we get rid of the Kalitas at end of turn here. Now, if they have like Kolaghan's Command, that could get really annoying. Yeah. Oh, 4 mana. Chandra. Gonna go ahead and resolve that. We can't stop it. I'm gonna add 2 red mana. Oh boy, what the heck is coming here? Tarmogoyf. Sure. Another hand is empty. go ahead and cast Fatal Push, targeting the Kalitas. So Kalitas is out of the way. Fortunately, Spellsnar's a little too slow here. We aren't in the best position. Ideally, we would love to have another red source. We can go ahead and play the Engineer Explosives for 0. This will handle the zombie token. And then we can also block and bolt the Tarmogoyf. If they even attack. If they don't attack, we just pop the Engineer Explosives, keep up Spell Snare, and keep up Bolt for the Raging Ravine. But this Chandra could prove to be pretty annoying very soon. Let's see, when is our Ancestral coming off? It's in 2 turns. So, Inquisition is pretty good. We'll decide to go ahead and cast it. Not much we can do against it here. We will say sure. And they can pick apart whatever they see fit. They could take a Bolt. They could take Kolaghan's Command. Thing is, we're really low on mana. We really would like to have drawn some more mana this game. And our opponent is producing a fair amount of pressure. Alright, they take the Kolaghan's Command because it's the most recursive card in a sense. Courser of Krufix, interesting. They got a Liliana on top. Okay. So this is where things are going to get pretty ugly soon. Go ahead and pop the Engineered Explosives. We'll go ahead and bolt upstairs. And we want to redirect to Chandra, because Chandra's going to get pretty annoying soon. Now we want to go ahead and play Young Pyromancer. And we'll Serum Visions to sort of void the Liliana of the Veil. 2 Snapcasters. As much as I love Snapcaster Mage, it's just not that great right now. We'll keep one of them, but we'll put the other one on the bottom, I think. Oh, geez, I did not realize that Tarmogoyf grew here. Yeah, this Ancestral might just be a turn too late. Because they're gonna cast the Scavenging Ooze, they're gonna play Liliana down tick. Wow. And they're probably gonna attack with Tarmogoyf. Right. Okay. Unfortunately, we're going to have to block with something here. And that something is probably going to be... The thing is, if we block with the Elemental... Yeah, if one of these had just a bit more toughness... Because we could... If we double block here, we get rid of Tarmogoyf. They down tick. I really think we need to get rid of Tarmogoyf here. It's a pretty good trade for our opponent. Oh, wait, what happened there? Oh, right, it was only 5, right. Oh, yeah, what was I worried about there? We're running low on time here, so we're going to have to speed up here. Knowing that they have Bolt on the top of their deck, it's pretty frustrating. Liliana's going to come down. Sure. Yep. We'll just sacrifice this token. Sweet, we get to cast ourselves a nice free Ancestral Vision here. Target ourselves, get a token. Draw some cards, draw some lands. Lands are good, kind of. We would really like to deal with this Chandra because she deals 2 damage a turn. Basically 2 damage a turn. So having another red would have been really nice. As it stands right now, we could go Bolt, Snap Bolt, have a bunch of tokens. We go down to 5 and then down to 2 from like a Lightning Bolt. I don't think that's the end of the world. Especially because they'll be inclined to deal with the Young Pyromancer. Get a Steam Vents here. Yes. Go ahead and Bolt upstairs. We're running low on time here, so we gotta really speed up. Not to Lily, yes to Chandra, and then we'll go ahead and go Snapcaster Mage, target Lightning Bolt, yes to Chandra, and then we'll pass. We know they're drawing Lightning Bolt. Sure, we're getting some life here. We will likely discard this island here. Yep, as expected. They'll rev up the Raging Ravine here, most likely. Or just eat it, that's fine too. And we're going on chump duty now. We'll discard this island. Sure. Running super low on time here, so we gotta really speed it up. See what they attack with here. Okay, so we gotta think here. What do we have in? What do we have? Do we have any creatures in our graveyard? No creatures. What do they have in their graveyard? They got plenty of creatures. So this means that probably want to kill the Courser while we can, and then just chump here and say okay. We would love to draw a removal spell for this Scavenging Ooze. We're still at a healthy 5 life here. Snapcaster Mage, not great against a Scavenging Ooze. So we're going to just go ahead and Tassiger it up here. We're going to exile the Snapcaster Mage just to stop them from taking advantage of it. We know they're drawing Inquisition of Kozilek here. Alright, so if they eat, what is that? Eat their Scavenging Ooze, sure. Eat the Tarmogoyf. Here we can actually go Snapcaster Mage, because they don't have any more green. We'll go ahead and target Lightning Bolt. And we'll go upstairs. We want to redirect to Lily. Running super low on time here, so we're going to have to speed it up. Yep, Inquisition is fine. Let's see, they still have Courser in the graveyard, so I think we're still on just chump duty here. Say okay. And pass. Alright, so we'll Thought Scour ourselves right now. Thought Scour again. Fully Polluted Delta. And pass, because we need to keep up this Tasigur for Raging Ravine. Yep. So this Scavenging Ooze is getting out of control very quickly. Unfortunately, we milled one of our fatal pushes. Not much we could have known there. That was going to happen. Interesting. Abrupt Decay. 3 mana. Just 2 damage to each creature. Sure. We'll go to blocks, or else we die. On here. See if there's any. And we'll try to Tasigur it up here. Probably give us Mana Leak, something pretty bad. Yep. So it looks like we're super low on time. Our opponent's at 20 life. And yep, looks like they got it. So unfortunately, Jun got this game. We were stuck on Lancer, but even though we resolved so many Ancestral Visions, we just couldn't. Our hand got clogged. We couldn't unload it in time. And they got things like Chandra. They got things like Liliana. They got a lot of value. We got punished because we exiled the Terminate from our graveyard. But this magic can be pretty close. Ancestral Vision really helps out. Yeah, our opponent got it. Thanks for watching.